What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Overwatch Coach video. This is not a VOD review, just doing something a little different here. So I thought I'd do a frequently asked questions, just a little short video, just to get the ball rolling for my weekend videos that I'm going to put up. I've got a bunch of VOD reviews coming up here in the next day or two or three. But I just wanted to start off by just covering a bunch of frequently asked questions that I get, just to kind of point people to a video or something like that. So without further ado, there's not a lot of them. It's just I think 5 in total that I've got written down. But I just thought I'd cover some of that stuff. So without further ado, number 1, how to submit a VOD review. So the best way to do that at the moment is to email the Overwatch Coach at gmail.com. If you email that, I will see it. I'm not looking at it daily, but I will look at it probably a day or two before I want to start making VOD reviews. And I will do VOD reviews from that email address before I do any off of Reddit or anything like that. So if you want priority, that's where you get a hold of me. The next thing to cover is what do you include in said email. So number 1, I mainly just VOD review support. So if you're a support player and you're looking for a VOD review, by all means, send me something. And that's any support, any hero in the support class, I'm fine with. If you play tank, if you play Winston, Zarya, I'm trying to think who else do I kind of play. Sigma, Orisa. I'd say those 4 tanks. If you want to get my input on your game and you're Diamond 1 or below, feel free to send me a VOD request. I'm not actively looking to coach tank gameplay, but if you're out there and you want my input, I would be willing to do those 4 tanks. And the reason I'm only willing to do those 4 is because I don't play a lot of tank, but those are the 4 tanks that basically are in my repertoire when I do play tank. Anything else, I mean, I've obviously played alongside enough of them, but I don't really play them myself. So number 1 is if you're a support player, by all means. But tell me what support hero you're playing in your game. Preferably a game where you're only locked in on the one hero. If you maybe swap for a little bit to another one, or if you do like a round on one and a round on another, that would be fine too. But I'd prefer mainly the VOD review being on one hero, 2 at the most. So that would, and then it's got to be competitive. I don't want to review an arcade or a quick play game. And I would prefer it being PC. I'll do console, but I'd rather do PC over console reviews just because I play on PC. Other things to include is your rank, your player name, so I know who I'm VOD reviewing, the map, and then I would prefer having some form of an intro written out for what you would like me to read before I do the VOD review. And the reason I like that is because it will give you a little bit of personality before we actually get into the VOD review. So if there's things you want me to kind of be looking out for and covering a little bit more, like, hey, I'm not landing my sleep darts, or my antis don't feel like they're landing, or when do I shoot my Kiriko ability, or when do I DPS as Kiriko versus heal, stuff like that. Include that in there as like a little bit of an intro. I'd prefer if you don't say if you win or lose the game. And then on top of that, if it's a game where you're just either rolling or getting rolled, those usually aren't the greatest for VOD reviews. Games that are closer usually make for the better VOD reviews, regardless of if you win or lose. And don't put in the intro if you win or lose, because I'd prefer to just watch it as the game unfolds. because I usually try to leave that part out when I read these to you guys, so that if you guys actually want to watch the whole game, then it's up in the air for you guys like it would be for me if I didn't have it spoiled, kind of a thing. So preferably leave that detail out. So yeah, let's see. Name, rank, hero, map, and entry. Yeah, so that covers that. So I've been asked if they should submit replay codes or a self stream. I used to VOD review self streams in the Overwatch 1 days. Hold on, let me get this. There it goes. But that was before the replay system got patched in. I'm totally fine with VOD reviewing a game that's on somebody's stream. If they clip it and throw it on YouTube or something like that, I will VOD review that. It's just got to make sure that the language is clean, quality is good, that kind of a thing. I don't want to hear too much like team raging. So if it's a game where like people are yelling at each other and it gets kind of like, toxic, prefer to kind of like to leave that sort of stuff out. But if you stream a game and you want me to VOD review it, I'm definitely okay with that. Otherwise, the replay code, I'm totally fine with that too. The one thing I will say is if you do a self stream and then you send me a link to the video, that's cool for two reasons. One, the game won't expire because I've gotten replay codes and then I can't get to it because like some detail's missing and I can't VOD review it. And then by the time I get the detail, the replay code's expired. But then two, we can hear communication and we might even see some scoreboard stats. So it would add an extra element to a VOD review if we do it that way. But I'm totally fine doing replay code. That's what we've been doing for the entirety of Overwatch 2. And I'm totally fine continuing that. But if you've got a stream, feel free. So next question I've had a couple people ask me on Reddit DMs if I would be willing to do private coaching, and if so, what would be my rate? And I've shied away from this from the people that have asked me up until now because I didn't really know if I wanted to do private coaching. When I started doing this, I didn't really know how people would react to this coaching channel. And it's been, for the most part, overwhelmingly positive from the people that have watched it. So if anybody would like to do private coaching sessions, I will be willing or open to doing them. I'm not going to charge much because at the end of the day, I'm a Masters player. I'm not like top. I have played in some top 500 games for a couple seasons. I have gotten there like once or twice, but I don't stay up there. So, if you want to pay for a Masters player to give you private coaching, I'm open to it. I'm only going to charge $5 for an hour because, again, I'm a Masters player, so there's higher rated players that do private coaching lessons, and they don't charge that much either. So I don't feel comfortable asking for a lot. But if you do want that from me, like I said, it's $5, gets you a direct hour. And how we spend that hour is totally up to you, but it will be up to you for us to utilize the entire hour. So if you give me a VOD review or a VOD 2 review, we'll go over it together over Discord. So make sure you have Discord. And then as we go over it on Discord, however long it takes to get through that VOD is how long it takes. If you've got a second one we want to review and, we get like halfway through that and the hour's up, that's what your $5 would get you. So if that sounds like something you would like to do, by all means. If not, I'm always taking VOD review requests. So feel free to submit them too. But again, if you want the private coaching session, just hit me up on the email address that I provided before and we can work that out from there privately. But again, $5 gets you an hour. And we can do more than an hour. But I think an hour is probably a good place to start. And then the last question that I get is, do I stream? The answer to that is I do have a Twitch stream. I don't advertise it because I don't necessarily, I don't know. I kind of keep my coaching persona and my stream persona a little different. And I don't really know if people would really like to watch me play or not. So if that is something you would be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments down below if that's something you would like me to advertise or not. At the moment, I'm not going to advertise it. I'm by no means a large streamer. There's many times where I'm often just streaming to myself or to a couple friends. I do have a couple people that will sub to me or pop in and actually watch me play. But if I'm pulling more than like 4 viewers at a time, that's considered for me a big stream. So I'm by no means a big time streamer or anything like that. I think that's pretty obvious, but you know, I'm not pulling a bunch of viewers or anything like that. But if you guys are interested in seeing me stream, let me know, and maybe I can set something up to maybe either advertise that or set up a secondary channel to stream to you guys once in a while, you know, maybe like once or twice a week or something like that, if that's something you guys are open to. But if not, no big deal either. So that's my little frequently asked questions video. I wanted to start dabbling a little bit in terms of, you know, putting some other content out there. I'm still contemplating on doing a matchmaking channel, or not a matchmaking channel, but a matchmaking video, kind of trying to explain how the matchmaking works, because I've had a lot of people mention in some of their intros, you know, the matchmaking hasn't been too friendly to them. And frankly, it hasn't been too friendly to me either. For example, the gameplay that we've been watching while I've been talking about this is a buddy of mine that I duo with pretty frequently. And when I find that I'm not actually duoing with him, the matchmaking has been a complete crapshoot. So I thought about making a video for that. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know. Might kind of light a fire under me to maybe actually get that video made. It's been something sitting in the back of my mind. I'm trying to think of how I can make a interesting but also entertaining video in regards to that. So look out for that maybe in the not so near future. But yeah, so that's about it for this frequently asked question video. I'm going to start doing some VOD reviews, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.